Welcome to this week's episode of Results Fitness TV, where we're giving you an inside glimpse at how we run one of the top 10 gyms in the nation, Results Fitness. We're so excited to be wrapping up our Sales Secrets Revealed series.
That's
Sorry,
hard to
I
say,
say
right?
that so slow, but it's a little bit of a tongue twister. So, and I'm here with Elias. So, Elias, with all of the trainers we work with worldwide in Results Fitness University, what is the most common question you get? This is our last episode of this series,
Right.
so we really want to make sure we get down to what is that most common question you get?
Hands down, the most common question is, how do I handle this objection or whatever specific objection? And I get that all the time because that's the biggest roadblock between turning somebody from a prospect into a member. The secret is you have to systemize how you handle objections just like you would in a training program. And not think that all of these objections are different. They're all the same. It's basically saying, if you can fix this problem for me, I'll buy what you have. So your step number one is going to be turning your objections into buying signals, and really thinking about them that way.
So what are some of the most common objections?
There are three super common objections. They are money, time, and spouse. Okay, you either get it's too expensive or I can't afford it, which are two different things, by the way. You get, I've got to talk to my husband or I've got to talk to my wife.
I've used that one before.
Yeah, right. Which is interestingly enough is usually a scapegoat for something else.
Yeah.
And then the third one is time. I don't know how I'm going to find the time. How can I get into workout that often?
Okay. All right, Elias, let's go ahead and try the time objection.
Okay, perfect. Time objection. So this objection, again, the secret is handling the objection before it even comes into play. Okay, so we're going to be on a tour and I'm explaining the hours of the gym. So I would say, Rachel, the Results Fitness is open from 5 o'clock in the morning till 8:30 at night, Monday through Thursday. On Fridays we're open until 7 o'clock, and then on Saturdays we're open from 7 in the morning. Yeah, really, right? 7 in the morning till 1 in the afternoon. It's actually easy to see how flexible the Results Fitness schedule is, isn't it?
Yes, it is.
Absolutely. So, how many times a week do you see yourself coming into the gym?
Well, I'm hoping to come in 3 times a week.
Okay, 3 times a week, and that's a number that's reasonable for you.
I think so.
Perfect. Okay, so 3 times a week works.
I mean, is that what I should be doing?
That's a great number to start with.
Okay.
You're dead on. Okay? So, if you notice with this technique, we went in a specific order. We started with the feature. This is what we do. This is what it is. It's actually the least important part. The second is the most important part. It's the benefit. Here's how this benefits you specifically. The feature was, here are the hours. The benefit was, it's easy to see how flexible and open the schedule is. So right now, she's agreeing with me. You notice we're nodding, we're both nodding. Yes, it's open. It's easy to see how flexible it is. And then I have her apply her own schedule to our schedule. So now she's thinking, it's easy and open and flexible. How do I make it work? And I ask the question, how many days a week do you see yourself coming into the gym? And she says 3. And I say, perfect. 3's a great number to get started. If she says 2, perfect. If she says 1, perfect. You guys all agree that we can change somebody's life 1 day a week, right? Absolutely.
It's better than nothing.
It's better than nothing, right? So we use that and then close with feedback. It's easy to see how it's open. She agrees. It's easy to see, 3 days a week is a practical number for you, right? She agrees, yes. So now we're in a yes and a positive mood. So at the end, when we go to offer the program, the time objection is actually not even on the table.
Okay. So is this the way we would also handle any of the other objections too? Would that start before you actually sit down?
Yeah, that's a great question. When we talk about any objection, you want to use that feature benefit feedback to explain anything that you have in the gym. How does this benefit that person specifically for what they're looking for? And give positive feedback. Get a yes atmosphere. That way you're building a positive environment. When you come down to the sales close, everything's been communicated to that person in a clear way, so all these objections are out of the way. When it comes to the money objection, it's all about building value. And when it comes to the spouse objection, it's more about making sure that you have rapport established, that person trusts you enough and they believe that you're telling the truth so they can make that decision without having to check it against somebody else. All right, guys, so the one takeaway from this video I want you to get is that do the best you can to handle these objections before you actually sit down at the table and offer that program, so you're not surprised, and so the prospect's ready and you've set a buying atmosphere.
But that's not all he just went over. I don't know if you guys realize it. That was a great takeaway, and that is one of the takeaways you need to take away, but I don't know if you realize it. Just then, he went over not only handling the objection before you sit down, but he also went over feature benefit feedback, which is a huge key in really your sales strategy. He also went over the yes strategy. I don't know if you guys noticed that, getting me to say yes all the time. He used my name. He also used some verbal
verbal
cues.
And physical cues, and nodding, setting that environment. It's the secret really is stacking as many of these techniques as possible to really get to really hit that broad spectrum, because you're not sure who you're talking to really. So you want to give them as many opportunity to say yes and set up the atmosphere like
there's a ton of stuff going on.
Yeah,
And this guy
it's
knows
a lot. It's a lot.
and he loves it. He's passionate about it, just like we all are about fitness. So you know what? You're going over all this stuff at your upcoming sales seminar, right? Why don't you tell us a little bit about that?
So on June 20th for the sales seminar, space is running out, guys, so please get those last couple of spots. At that seminar, we're going to go in depth of all of these individual sales techniques, and it'll also give me the opportunity, because we're capping the limit of how many people can come to the seminar. In order for me to get really personal with you and your business and talk about what objections are you running into, how are you handling them, how does this work for your business. So it'll really give me a chance to help personalize your sales strategy.
Don't miss it. Thank you so much for joining us for this week's episode of Results Fitness TV. We really appreciate you tuning in and being a part of our mission, which is to change the way fitness is done. If you like this episode, make sure you share it, comment below, and join in and continue to change the way fitness is done. Episode of Results Fitness TV, where we give you an inside glimpse on how we run